All right. Where are we at here? Okay. It is Thursday, Bottom of the Glass Nation show. I'm barely here. When I tell you that I'm 30% here, I really mean I'm 25% here because 20% of me is awake enough and coherent enough to tell you that 80% of me is here. So if you do the math, I'm all here. Plus some. If you add all those numbers together, I'm actually ahead on the probably like 116%. That's good. For those of you who've been following along, you know that I missed. Last night I missed the garage show on Facebook, and I will tell you why. There is a for all of the doctors and people with old age and common sense, you're all going to be shaking your head. Oh, that's wrong. You know better than that. Then I'm going to get 35 emails going, well, you know, statistically speaking, how you're fucking up your life. And then we'll get a bunch of comments of people going, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Throw in 2 or 3 emails or comments where people go, you know, my brother died from that very thing. We're going to get a few of those. Believe me, there's none of you out there. So shut up. None of you out there know how to fuck up my life better than me. As an expert on the matter, I believe I am going to speak convincingly in this one area. And when I say that I can fuck up my life in many, many ways, the possibilities are abundant, I'm telling you. But let's focus on one tragic event that I brought upon myself. Now, chemically speaking, I'm pretty okay. I don't do drugs, never have. Just medications that I take are from doctor prescribed stuff. That's it. And I've never been a fan of pain pills. I do not like pain pills. I've just recently begun taking pain pills. My whole life, I just pass. All my entire life. Even when I was a kid, didn't want them, didn't like them. Over the counter prescription, nope, never did them. So chemically, I'm okay. Mentally, that's a whole other story. Something's been broken in me since day one, and it's never been fixed. It's been addressed, but it's never been fixed. So that brings me to sunny point number 1. When I am mentally not okay, I'm chemically okay. It means I'm physically struggling to keep up and keep going, and being overweight doesn't help. I take a 5-hour energy. I've learned is almost my drug of choice, and you guys know that. I've drank those things, and we super chicken buck. We do that all the time, so it gets to a point with me. I would speak on behalf of everyone, but I have no idea if I'm the only one who fucks this up. I'm probably not, but let's just focus on me right now. This guy right here. So you take a 5-hour, and man, it works. It picks you up and lets you down easy. You know, when you used to take those caffeine pills, No-Dose, and I forget, there was 2 real popular ones in the 90s. One was No-Dose, and I forget the other one was, but they were caffeine pills to get your heart racing and get you going. But they hurt. When they wore off, they hurt. Yeah. You know, the box says take 1, I'd take 3, and I'd keep driving. And boy, when you come down off of those things, you don't feel good. You feel sick. You feel out of sort. I mean, it lets you down hard. You spend a bit you're in a funk, and you're trying to get out of it. 5 hours were a miracle when they appeared on the scene. Not the knockoff stuffs. No. You know, when you go to a gas station, you're checking out at the gas station, and there's a box of 5 hours, and there's 37 different choices of 37 other brands of, you know, things that call themselves, you know, 4.9 hours because they're not quite 5. One of them says we're just as good as 5 hour, but without the results. Things like that. And never take those. Those suck from day one. Those are just ground up sugar pills, I think. Anyway, so you end up taking one, and if you take one in the morning, which I did, you're focused and you're going. This is going to be a very similar story to cocaine, but it's not cocaine. Okay, you getting the idea here. So you take a 5 hour and you're going along, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's fine, because it takes you from like 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's really wearing off, and your body's, you know, brand new. So your body the effects linger along, and then finally you realize, well, I got to do something at 6 o'clock tonight, like a show, right? So you're like at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, you take another one, and you're going. Now, in the beginning, you could take 1 5 hour. I could take 1 5 hour and just be, pong, I'm on, baby. I am on. It would annoy the shit out of my wife because I was running around the house doing stuff. I'm talking to the kids. I'm talking to the dog. I'm seeing colors in my food. I smack her on the ass every time I walk by. It's something. I was good. I was guns blazing. until it wore off. Did no crash, no pain, but it's like, I could use another one of those. So for a long time, I took one. Got into a point where it's like, all right, so I need one in the morning. Might as well take it early, 7 o'clock. I'll suffer all the way through the downtime until about 6, take another one and do my show. Why? Because I've got a show every day of the week, except for Sunday at 6 o'clock. Well, Sunday and Monday I don't, because we do the movie time. We all watch a movie together, do we not? Yes, we do. Glad you're coming along with that. Anyway, under extreme circumstances, if I'm having a really hectic time, I've taken one and I'm like, God, I need to save that other second 5 hour. I took the 1 at 7. I really just said 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I says, well, I could probably take one. I'll just take one at noon. Take a second one at noon. Then you have to do something at 6 o'clock because now you're dying. And you're only supposed to take one a day. One. It doesn't say on the bottle, take one every 5 hours. No. In fact, it says something probably quite to the opposite. If I would ever read instructions, I might know what they say. But hypothetically, they go something like this. Don't take a bunch of these, dummy. They're not good for you. All right. So 6 o'clock rolls around and you take a third one and it works, but it's not as powerful. It's not as strong. But now you're on 3. The next day you take 3. The next day you take 3. And soon, right in there somewhere, 3 doesn't do anything. Even the first one, after you've slept all night, does nothing. And you know it, too. You're sitting there, and you're going, man, I'm not even taking one. What's it going to do? It ain't going to work. I don't feel good. And your body is now out of sync. You are physically completely messed up. You're amped up and chemical, yeah, true stories, like, going to Starbucks 16 times a day and having a, 20-ounce espresso. And 3 doesn't do anything. And 3 just makes now you're just getting sick. So you have to just stop taking them. You realize that's your problem, so you quit. You're like, I don't even want to look at one. I'm just going to make me sick. I'm going to throw up. If I even look at the bottle, I'm going to get upset. But now you're in full crash mode. You're not okay. You can't sleep okay. You can't think. You can't do. So yesterday, I'm doing everything I can to stay awake. And yesterday, now I'm speaking from past experience. This is what's happened to me in the past. You got to detox for 3 or 4 days before you can do anything. Think 5 hour, and you start the cycle all over again. And I've done this off and on for years. Yes, the showers of criticism coming my way. Yes, all the things. You should know better. You're a grown-ass man. Well, I'm still fucking things up, and I'll probably continue to fuck things up. That's what I do. All right. So, last night I couldn't do it. I could not physically. I was sitting in the chair getting ready to go, and Gen Z kid comes in, and I'm like, please, I will pay you. I will promise you any amount of money. Can you do the Facebook show? So he did like a 30-minute Facebook show in place of the one I was supposed to do, and I just couldn't do it. I crashed out last night, probably 6:30. I was falling asleep. Eyes kind of open, falling asleep. By 7:30, I was completely out. I was up again at different times of the night. I added it up this morning, and I did finally get about 9 or 10 hours sleep because I said, well, I was awake for this, and then I was in bed for that. And I was up an hour, 2:15 to 3:15 out in the morning. I was up. Okay, don't count that hour. And I did the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, I got 9. Get up this morning. Don't take a 5 hour. Start down the road of, all right, what do I got to do? And I had stuff I had to do this morning. Gen X Mom and I recorded the podcast. It was supposed to drop at midnight. It didn't drop till noon today. We're 12 hours behind. Of course, everybody who listens to it on their way to work, everybody who listens to the podcast and in the early morning time, nobody listened to it because it wasn't out on time. So we're not getting even 1/10 of the listens and the download. It fucked everything up with that. And then on top of it, for some reason, I got a wild hair up my ass, and I'm like, okay. Because everyone tells me that in the audio podcast, my wife just beats the shit out of me. Oh, you guys think it's funny, but she just beats the shit out of me in those. So today I'm like, all right, I'm rolling up my sleeve, not taking this shit anymore. Who's the man of this relationship? Who's the man of this house? And we got to where she was cussing at me. Yeah. Did you hear it? Did you hear the podcast? She was mad. She was angry. She was dropping F-bombs all over me. Not a pretty scene. I mean, guys, to some degree, that's hot. Then it's fucking hot when your chick has that ability to roll up on you like that. Come on now, there is a degree of that when you think that's fucking hot. When they get that, that's cool, but it didn't go as planned. She was like she'd about had done with me at the end of this one. So we did post it, but we're way behind, and I did all the editing the kid wanted me to do this morning when he went to school. And as soon as I get done with that, I'm about ready to breathe. And she says, we got 35 errands to run in town. And I don't want her to go by herself. I always drive her no matter what. Most times I go into the places with her. And it was just one thing after another, until we finally came home. We had some groceries and we took them in. And there were so many groceries in the back of the truck that you ever done that where you just grab every grocery you can? I mean, I slid those bags. You can't grab them by one loop. If you're going to carry that many, you got to put both loops on your arm. And I slid them all the way up to my elbows or beyond, so that all she had to do was carrying like one thing. It was a bag of tennis balls for the dog. And I think there was one case of soda or something. And I wanted out of this mess. I didn't want to be taking trips back and forth to the truck. I was burned out. I was done. So I'm grabbing these things and I'm trying to hulk them inside. My arms are like down like this. And I got 35 bags on each arm and I'm almost dragging them in the house. And she's standing there just watching me walk by. Just staring me down as I'm walking by. It could have been a look of, oh my gosh, honey, thank you for grabbing all those. You've made my job so much easier. Look at him go by right here. You're carrying how gallant of you. How gallant. What a nice guy. No, she had that look as I walked by like, you fucking idiot. You're grabbing too much. You're going to hurt yourself again. You're going to pull a muscle. I'm going to have to push you up the stairs and you're going to drop shit and break it and I'm going to have to buy it all over again. That's the look I got. No. It's a very clear look. This is a paragraph look, but when you've been married as long as I have, you don't just get one word looks anymore like asshole. No, we're way past that. I can see a whole paragraph in her eyes as I walk by. No, it's true, and I'm not wrong. So then again, neither was she. So now you mix all these things in. I'm crashing yesterday. Yesterday was a complete clusterfuck, and I ended up at the end of the day I couldn't continue. Today was really rough starting out. I'm tripping over myself. Throw in there that yesterday I did a guest spot podcast for 21 Gun and those guys over there, and I know that I completely fucked it up. I mean, you can tell when you do a live stream, when you do a podcast, when you're done, you're kind of like, you kind of feel the vibe like, that wasn't really good. And something went wrong there. I wasn't conveying what I wanted to, or you talk too much, you talk too little, you didn't stay on topic. You know when that shit happens. And I was apologizing to Kevin. It's his show. And we stayed on the call afterwards. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry I fucked it. I was, no, you're fine. Yeah, well, we'll see. When I've been a guest spot on that show probably 5 or 6 times. As they never ask me back again, let's just all blame 5 hours and my poor judgment. Yes, I'm going to try to stay hydrated because this morning, right before the podcast went on, before we were recording it, as you guys know, and this hasn't happened in a long time, those of you who've been around a while, that stupid throat closing up thing that happens, man, it was bad. I mean, I still have these cough drop wrappers. I'll clean them out. I throw them back in the little jar that they're in, and then I clean them out tonight. I was chewing those things, and I couldn't stop. It was water. It was trying to get sometimes a soda, then tons of those things. I could not breathe. I was sitting in this chair, I wasn't pulling through. Didn't happen the rest of the day. Didn't happen while we were out, but I can feel that it's right there. So if I'm drinking water and hydrating, you'll know why. So that's basically how the day fucking last 2 days, and I blame it on the 5 hours, and it's not. It's just my complete fuck up. That's my gig on that. And in between this, Lionheart is getting ready to get on a plane and come out here and go at the studio. And I got Loud One over here like, okay, well, you didn't give me the list. Where's the Home Depot list? Come on, let me get started. I'm like, okay, I'll get you the Home Depot list. And then I go to Lion and he's like, well, I've given you 2 lists and we haven't. I'm trying, okay, let's go through them. So today we went through all the stuff on here. I was like, okay, I'll make the list and get it. And I was supposed to, like 3 days ago, what the fuck is going on with this screen? The sheets are all fucked up. A couple of days ago, Lion had said, Gen X Mom's dining room table, the one you drilled all the holes in? I said, yeah. He goes, that's a really good sturdy oak table. I said, oh, yeah, good table. He goes, well, give me the measurements and I'll draw up a piece that we can lay over it so we can use that table and we can put the wiring between the two and make it serviceable to really be a cool idea, and it saves us a lot of work and a lot of money. I'm like, oh yeah. So today I'm like, well, I saw your drawing and your design. I still need to get you the measurements. He's like, oh, the kid already did it. He's already sent the kid out there because I was taking too long with my fumbled up mess of getting everybody the pieces they need. I'm still behind. But tomorrow, I'm supposed to be back on track 100% with where everything is, and we've locked down quite a bit of things. We really have, and a few things have started to show up in the mail that people have bought off the Amazon list for the studio. Some people have begun being very helpful. Mrs. Fort Watton gave a huge donation 2 nights ago towards the heating unit, which is very important, especially where we live. It does get freezing cold. It does get over 100 degrees, and something to keep us and all the equipment at a constant temperature is going to be a little bit of a challenge. We knew that, but to be fair, it's nothing money can't overcome. You want to do anything, you just have to have enough money to do it. Well, we're working on it. We're all trying to get there from here. So that was I'm trying to get all the pieces around, trying to get the numbers and the lists and everything to you folks that have been begging for help. And today I got an email from Mike Perkins, or a message from Perkins. He wants to come down. I guess he got a hold of Lion somehow, and Lionheart told him the dates he was going to be here. And Mike Perkins like, give me your address. I'm down there. I'll help you swing a hammer. We'll cut some stuff. We'll do some stuff. It's there, with a lot of support from a lot of good people. We're getting there. And me tripping over myself and stepping on my dick along the way is the part that was slowing us down. But I'm clean. I'm sober. I haven't had a 5-hour in 2 days, 3 days. So it's getting out of my system. Plus, I haven't taken any pain pills for my back, my knees, nothing. I've been soldiering through. So I've also been told that works against you. If you're taking a prescribed pain pill on its prescribed regimen and all of a sudden you quit, your body freaks out. I'm like, I was taking such a mild dosage. I'm not even sure it was helping, but, then my wife says, well, you quit the 5 hours and you didn't have anything to drink. And then, you've been drinking a lot of water. You've been flushing it out of your system, but you also didn't take your pain pills for 3 days and blah, blah, blah. And so now she's making all the things that I'm changing all at once, which I'm trying to straighten out on, are working against me. That's what's knocking me down. Maybe she's right. I don't know. I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV, so it's really tough. All right. So that catches you up on the mess on where we are. I don't even know. My wife, she's running, to give you a quick thing on her. You guys notice she's not in the sheets today, and she's not in the comment section. She has been... we all know that during the day, she must have a nap during the day. Has to happen. I have to make her go do it. Sometimes she goes on her own. But yesterday, she did not get one. The day before, she barely got anything. So I could tell that even today, she was like, I can't do it. I can't help you on the sheets tonight. I can't. She crashed out today. So did I. I woke up. I was sitting down here about 10 minutes before game time, trying to figure out what I was doing, and it still wasn't enough rest to get me up to where the standard that you have expected from this program. But she's down too. She's down in a bad way. But I think one more night, she had a good rest this afternoon, one more good night's sleep. I think she'll be back on track. I just have to really, really keep that in focus. And for those of you who are asking about the trip back east, it's a go. If you listen to the audio podcast, I don't know if the guys can put up the audio podcast. If you guys can see that, the link to it, and don't go listen to it now. We're talking right now, but if you listen to that later, there's a whole segment in there that really talks about what we're up against and what we're trying to do and where we're going. It gives you guys some really good clues on where we're going to go. We're going to be gone about 3 weeks, driving and stopping in different cities and seeing. We're going to go through Texas. I know we have a lot of fans in Texas. We're going to see everybody over there. There's a ton of stuff we want to stop and try to do along the way. A few things for us of places I'd like to show the kid. There's some things there, but there's some definite points that we have to stop at. Mrs. Fort Watton's house, we got to stop and see her. We have to be in Virginia for a wedding on a certain date. There's like 3 things we have to do. Everything else in between is trying to find you guys, is driving and going out there and stopping and picking a place where we can all hang out and letting you guys know enough in advance that we can all hang out. Now, true, we're driving during the day, so a lot of things we're thinking about doing, especially on the weekdays, is going to be after you get off work when you have time. We'll spend an hour or two at a certain place, even if it's a Pizza Hut. I don't care if it's got a little room where you can get some chairs and stuff and have a few drinks and some food. And even if there's just a few of you, I'm going to be passing through anyway. It would be my greatest privilege to be able to stop and talk to you guys and take a picture for myself to keep with me. Letting you know that's the intent, that's the plan. But if you listen to the podcast, that tells you quite a bit. A lot of insight in that one. All right, let me go. It says Lionheart was here, but I don't think he actually made it to the sheets over here. Let me look on the screen next to me. Someone has two. Says hello from balmy Northwest Ohio. Well, that's a clear description. I don't think that's a town in Ohio. Filthy Fluno, this is my first live Gen X show. Filthy, I'm going to have to apologize. If this is your first program, you have not been informed on anything. Nothing has been accomplished. Nothing has been solved. Usually we're drinking by now and we're solving the mysteries of the universe, but not today. Today you caught a real personal show. So, Filthy, if you don't want to be part of the personal show, you can hang up and come back. We'll be back. I would say we'd be back Saturday for a great time drinking show, but you guys know what Saturday is. Saturday I have to do the cooking show with the kid. I have been seriously trying to back out and go, maybe what we should do, because it's so close to Lionheart coming out, maybe we should have a regular show. Let's go 2 hours of a regular show. I look at my wife, she goes, nope. You're putting on an apron and you're cooking and you're going to do it. So I'm not getting out of that. The kid and I will be cooking live, not recorded, unedited. I'm not sure what we're cooking. I'm not sure what we're baking. I know we're supposed to be in the kitchen, and I'm hoping that she gives me a simple recipe like boil water and pour, the rice-a-roni bag in. Ta-da! I'm hoping that's all it is. I got a feeling she's going to make it a little more complicated than that just to fuck with me. But again, like I said, that's a Saturday show. Let me blow through the sheets over here and see what I got. Loud One, after a week of working on the car, he's got a race car. 24 fasteners to install on the front hood, which I can do at the track. And then the Gen X Talk sticker on the back window being installed tomorrow. Man, I can't wait to see that. Loud One and I had a little session of texting, and I came up with this kind of design for a sticker. I hope he can get close to it. It looked really cool. When I drew it out, it looked cool. Who knows what it's going to look like on the car? It'd probably be stupid, and I've made a terrible mistake. But it's a sticker. You can peel it off. Sandy says, hello, handsome. Sorry I've missed some of the shows. Dad's been in the hospital. Had to put him in a nursing home temporarily. Sandy, thank you for calling me handsome. I needed that today. I really did. I'm sorry about your dad. I'm glad it's temporary. D. Sure, I chose back surgery over pain pills. Man, getting under the knife. I don't know, man. There's just so many things can go wrong there. I worry about that. Which also reminds me, D. Share, we're supposed to grab lunch like on Wednesday, I think it is. If you're available this next Wednesday, let's set something up for that. Josh D. Kratom is great for an energy boost. It's related to the coffee plant. Never heard it. Well, yeah, I have heard of that, but I've never tried that. Steffi, nurse. When I was nursing, I bought them as a box of 12. They'd last me 2 shifts, about 2.5 days. I understand, General. There. Thank you. Someone that has some sympathy for the big guy. Someone who understands my plight. A fellow 5-hour person. Thank you. That's what I needed to hear. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, the Sugar Mama, $10. Turn my whole screen yellow. Hello, handsome. Have you talked to Gen X Mom about us possibly having another date in July? No, I haven't forgot, but we've just been very, 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 very busy. Ace Diamond 666, member for 12 months. Ace Diamond's been around a long time, got his big red 1. If you guys see the big red 1 next to someone's name, that means they've been a loyal supporter of the program in the membership program for at least 1 year. That is a very, very difficult thing to achieve, is to have that big red 1 by your name. If they've got it, they've earned it. Got my 1, General, to the drink. Ace, I would be drinking with you tonight, brother. You know I would be. It's just not the time for me. Bob McKinley, Mrs. 4. If I haven't yet, then I apologize. Congratulations on the blue wrench. Yeah, that was kind of a sneak attack. So is her new email she's getting, along with the responsibilities that go with the email. I'm gonna get back east to Tennessee and comes. She probably got a super long driveway, probably a dirt driveway, just like you'd picture back in the day. I'll come walking up a little bit, and she'll fire off a warning shot and go, "Get the fuck!" I don't know. I mean, I love Mrs. Ford, but there's no telling. I could have made her very upset. We do welcome her as a moderator on YouTube. You guys have known her for a long time. If anyone deserved to be swinging a big blue wrench, it's Mrs. Ford. She's very even-handed about that stuff. I had no problem flipping that switch. Love her to death. Ace Diamonds drops in a 21 one-year badge celebration, bombs away. Ace Diamond again, $21 round 2, bombs away. Ace, did you just get your tax refund back? Is that what you did, buddy? Is that why you're dropping all these $20 bills? Did you get your IRS check back? Bonnie and Clyde Miller, well, please let Gen X Mom know that I send her my love and tell her to get all the rest she can. Bonnie and Clyde, yes. For my wife, she has a great balance of things, but she needs the rest. She always says she can skip it. No, I can skip it this time, and it's a domino effect, and it fucks everything up. I should know better. I should be able to corral that, but I never do. Loud one, $10. Race car is all but ready to rock. The Gen X Talks logo is going on the back window in the morning on the way to the track. Chush got a passenger ride in the test hit tonight. She's still smiling. You probably scared the shit out of her. That's probably what you did. That's not smiling. That's fear. How fast your car goes. Ace Diamond 666, fire in the hole, bombs away. Did it again. The shoeless one. Shoeless Joe Jackson, $20. If you hit around Baltimore, I can set up a place on the water. Shoeless Joe. All you have to do is email genxmom@genxtalks.com. Anybody has any suggestions for fairly large cities? It doesn't have to be in downtown Dallas, Fort Worth. No. We'll probably be on the outskirts of all that, but we're taking a southern route, like the Prescott, Phoenix, Albuquerque, that way, and heading down the southern part of the coast, then up the Blue Ridge Highway, Smoky Mountains. So if you're in that area and you know of a place, especially Shoeless Joe, you got a place like that, email genxmom@genxtalks and say, hey, this is the address or location. She's got to have a point on a map. If you don't want to give away an address, but just get her close and say, I can set something up here. Give her some parameters. Either it has to be on a weekend, has to be after hours, whatever your parameters are, and then she can map out where she's going from there. That's the best way to accomplish that. Give her an email. I mean, that's how these things are going to come together. The people that email her and tell her, hey, this is what I got. We can all stop by my place. I got room for 50, 60 people, and we can grill burgers. Tell us. If you say, hey, there's a Pizza Hut in town with one of those private, like a birthday party room, we can get one of those and all hang out there. Tell us. We don't know where we're going. We don't know which part of town to go to, which is the good side of town, which is the bad side of town, which is the town part where our fans live, which is the part where the Democrats live. They don't like us. They hate us. I don't know. Well, I don't know where those places are. You're going to have to tell us, or we're just going to have to guess. And then you're going to walk away going, why did they pick this place to meet? This is like the worst place in town. How the fuck would we know? We've never been to your town before. We want to go and learn. But to learn, we got to learn from someone who's there. That's you. Ergo, the email. Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm going to repeat myself. I got through that whole thing making you guys feel bad, didn't I? Boy, I can feel it swelling up on me. Where was I? There was stuff in here. Ace Diamond, another $21 bombs away. Okay, now I'm convinced. He got his income check back. Valerie Walker, it's been a bad week. 2 of my 5 sisters died this week. Valerie, tell me that's not true. 2 of your 5 sisters died this week. Now, I don't know Valerie Walker. And I don't think she's making that up. That's probably something she put in there quietly. I can only tell you this. There's 2 things that come to mind. When remember, I'm diagnosing her entire life off of one sentence. If she really had 2 of her 5 sisters die in 1 week, first of all, there's no words anybody's going to say that's going to fix any of this. Okay? It's not. All we can say is, I'm sorry. And everyone's, I'm sorry for your loss if there's anything I can do. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm legitimately telling you, I'm sorry you have to go through it. But you do. The other thing is, and for some reason, whoever's running the sheets already erased it. I'm still in the middle of talking about it, and they already erased it. What if I didn't remember the name Valerie Walker? What if I want to look back up there and see it again? They've already got rid of it. Goddamn rookies. The other thing I would tell you, I said I could diagnose two things from your sentence, Valerie. One is, I'm sorry you got to go through it. And number two, I can only hope that two of your sisters that passed away were 97 years old and they lived very full lives. That's my hope. In that conversation, I don't have much to go on. I hope that both those things are true. That you can go through the pain quickly and as easily as possible. It's gonna be there, and that they died old and full of life. Ace Diamond. Okay, enough bombs. I've dropped enough on my card tonight. I need another drink. You do. Yeah, Ace will go drink and he'll be right back dropping money again. Laura, member for 14 months, Legion of X. She has her big red one. I love Laura. She's so pretty. In the same boat as Gen X Mom, please send her my love. And back to you, Laura. We know you're in the same boat. We know there's stuff going on there. All right. A couple things. May 13th, which is Saturday, is the cooking show. May 18th, there is no Bottom of the Glass Nation show. I will be at the kids' FFA banquet. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I will be there for that. So no show then, but I will take a bunch of pictures. We'll talk about it later. And June 1st, no Bottom of the Glass, as CEO will be at graduation. So there's a couple events. You're going to miss me. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Let's not forget that. That's an important thing to remember. All right. Oh, no. Okay. So the sheets and everybody's in here. All right, moving on now. Okay. There was a couple things. I don't want to go into news and politics too deep, but I want to touch on something. This may not, one story I'm sure you're going to be familiar with. The other one, maybe not so much, but you guys all saw the CNN town hall. CNN hosted Donald Trump in a town hall, and they were set to go 90 minutes. And always when a program like that, you always wish you could go more. You're always asking the producers, can we run long? Can we go into the next segment? And you can do that because obviously when there's a live reporting, if there's a flood, a tornado, a shooting, you can preempt programs and keep going. So it's possible. When you got the president of the United States there, especially CNN, when they blocked out 90 minutes, they want to go long. They want to torture this guy and keep it going as long as they can. Did you see how long it lasted? Did it make it to 70 minutes? It made it over an hour, but not by much. Didn't even come close to their allotted time. Why? Because he kicked the shit out of them. Absolutely, they had the most trapping leading questions. They had their team of lawyers write these questions, these scenarios, these leading moments up to a crescendo of gotcha. Oh yeah, I would have got mad and beat the shit out of somebody if I was Trump because it was so unfair. And I thought for sure that this is just going to go badly. But I forgot one basic rule about Trump. He thrives in this type of environment. Why do you think he agreed to do it? He went in there and not only, hang on a second, got to hydrate. Not only, you guys need to go watch this if they haven't pulled it. They've probably pulled it the entire episode off and just put snippets up, probably that don't even have his complete answers. That's the only way they could even save face in this even a little bit, maybe. He went out there and kicked the shit out of them for over an hour. And during that time, not only did he defend his position and push back on every single thing they said with facts and accuracy, he had the crowd who they vetted the crowd to be anti-Trump. And the crowd was clapping. Listen to it, okay? Listen to it. It's got to be out there somewhere. Not only did he avoid their ambush, not only did he win every argument and discussion and push back, he also began inserting campaign arguments, campaign slogan. You know that the economy was the best economy. We were producing with totally energy independent. Stuff they weren't even talking about. He's working it in there. You know, he all but said, this is all fucked up. It was better with me. Put me back in office and it won't be fucked up anymore. There's me paraphrasing the whole thing. You think you get a little muddied on the waters on that when you hear the reporting? I'll straighten it out for you. He kicked the shit out of him. They absolutely came for him, and he never got upset. With Silent Grace, he made fun of what was her name? Natalie? Was that her name? Or something with a K? I don't know. She's not important. And they made fun of CNN. He'd made fun of all the stuff they've been every turn. He would shut them down and change course and change direction, bring it back around, slam them on the question. He didn't avoid anything. He killed them. I have no idea why. Did they forget what this was like? Did they forget what it was like to interview this guy? Did they forget what it was like to call him over? Mr. President, I've just got one question. If you're man enough to take the question. Did they forget the spanking that they used to get with this guy? Because he did it again. You know, he's been out of the limelight, so to speak, more so than he was when he was president. But that man didn't miss a step. Absolutely, when you watch that, you don't even have to watch it with like, well, now let's watch what happened here and let's dissect these things so we can get the true meaning. Let's get past the superficial part of it and let's get to the meaning so it makes him look good. We don't have to do that. You don't have to sit back with some popcorn and a Coca-Cola with a long straw and just watch. You don't have to have anything explained to you to understand how that town hall went at all. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not trying to predict who's going to be president, the nominee, and especially if DeSantis gets in the race, not good in there. What I'm telling you is this one incident, again, exposes, first of all, what a bunch of assholes work at CNN with how they tried to be leading and trapping and cornering. That's one. That's not searching for the truth, although that's what they say. Well, we're just trying to find the truth here. We're just trying to get to the bottom of things. We're trying to expose just for you guys. We want you guys to be as well-informed as possible. All right. Yeah, you're full of shit. You're all a bunch of fucking liars. And you're assholes because you try to trap him and he kicked the shit out of you. Take the loss and move on. All right? That's one. It exposed them for what they are. Number two, it just reignited Trump's campaign. And I had better feelings for Trump after it than I did before it. I don't hate the guy. You know, I think there's some issues he's got that I don't agree with him personally on. I loved how he ran the country and his policies. I really thought those were great. I just wish he could have kept his mouth shut more. That's my thing. So even for me, I'm like, Trump, God damn it. Try shutting up once in a while, buddy. And I kind of came away from this going, wow, that motherfucker's back. God, he said all the right things, just like he did in his campaigning in 2016. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And he got office and he did it. Now he's saying, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. It was better with me. It was better with me. It was better with me. And I'm going to fix it again. Like, holy shit. He's keeping it simple. I'm starting to listen again. And who do I have to thank for this? Who do I have to thank for this reignition of him and his groundswell of grassroots support? Thank you, CNN. You brought a lot of people together with your town hall. Good for you. That's the one good thing you guys did, even though it wasn't your intent. You tried to knock him down at his knees, and all he did was stand on top of all of your beaten bodies, and he was 4 feet taller. I don't know. All right, so that was that one. The other one is there was a quick headline about there was a guy on trial for, and the headline just said, man on trial pleads his case for murdering a transgendered person. That's what the headline said. Let you think about that for a minute. Why would a headline read, man pleads his case, man goes to court, man is sentenced after murdering a transgendered person? Who cares if they're transgendered? Why does that matter? Trying to sell magazines again, trying to sell newspapers. And he was a black person. He was a black guy. So you got a picture of the black guy who murdered transgender. It's like, what are you doing? I got to tell you right now, I almost don't want to read articles anymore, or I skip over them, or I skim through them at best when they point out something that shouldn't matter at all. Can't they say a man murdered a woman? A man murdered a man. A woman murdered two other women, or whatever the situation is. You can put their pictures up if you want to, but why do you have to? And I'll tell you why they do the transgendered part, because for some reason, transgendered are special. I don't know why. You know, transgender, the whole LGBTQ community just wanted to be accepted. They just want to be treated normal. They just want to be treated like everybody else. That's all they were fighting for, was equality. And you got to be fair about that. People got behind that. They got behind that. Okay, well, you're equal. Everybody's equal. We got it. But then they pushed for more and special and victim. It's like, okay, dude, stop. You know, we just let everybody be equal. Stop pointing out every time something who cares if the person who was harmed or wronged, who cares what affiliations they have? I thought it wasn't supposed to matter. I thought you guys came to us and said, look, quit pointing out that we're gay or bisexual or transgendered. Quit pointing that out all the fucking time. You guys treat us this way. You guys victimize us this way. You're doing this to us. You're making us the problem. Can't we just all get along? Can't we just be treated like average people? Okay. Then how come every single time something happens to you, you cry on the sidewalk? I am a minority person. Do you see what happened to me? Yeah, the same shit that happened to that guy, the same shit that happened to that guy over there. In fact, that woman over there, it happened to her too. Shit like this is wrong, and shit like this happens to all of us, and we deal with it, we correct it, and we move on. But you don't understand. I'm part of the LGBTQ. So what? Well, put my headline at the front. I need my name at the front of the newspaper. Why? I thought you just spent all this time saying how we need to quit pointing out and making you feel different. We need to quit pointing out, what your sexual orientation is. It shouldn't matter. We should ignore it. We should just treat you like everybody else. And then you go out of your way to make sure that everything that happens around you is known as different. You go out of your way to make sure that we know that when somebody ran into your car, guess what? Somebody ran into my car too. Yes, but I'm part of the LGBTQ. I'm part of the alphabet people, and you ran into my car because of who I am. No, the guy just ran into your car because he's an asshole. Guy ran into my car because he's an asshole. And by the way, while I'm on that sunny point, quit flaunting what you're doing. That's another part that really pisses me off. I was going to say something more general and speak on behalf of us, but I'm not going to. I'm going to say me, all right? You can just get mad at me. But it's almost like anybody who has an alternative lifestyle runs up and gets in your face and goes, I'm gay, or I'm lesbian, or I'm transsexual, I'm transvestite, and I'm in your face and you can't do anything about it. And we're like, okay, shut the fuck up and back up. Put your poster down and you quit blocking the Walgreens and get out of my fucking way. You can't do anything about it. And if you say something, then you're phobic, man, and you're racist. Okay, why do you, this is a legitimate question. Why do you put that stuff in all of our faces? Why do you flaunt it? Why do you run out and have to dress a certain way and jiggle in front of us and then laugh at us and like we can't do shit about it? Tough shit. I'm going to help you with something that's really going to knock you guys down a couple bars here, and you're not going to like it. Nobody cares. You're just irritating and you look stupid. No. Think about what I'm telling you. How would you like it if there was a whole group of transgendered people just going about their business and they're in a grocery store and I walk up screaming, I'm heterosexual, motherfucker, and you can't do shit about it. That's right. I have sex with the ladies. Look at me dressing in my flannel shirt and my Levi's. Look at me in my brown boots and my Dodger hat. I'm heterosexual, motherfucker, and you can't do shit about it. What are you going to do? The heterosexuals are in here with you. Yeah, I know. That was funny. That's going to make a funny clip for my staff. They're all clipping that out right now. But do you realize how stupid I would look if I did that? Do you realize how stupid if there was 10 of us that ran into a grocery store and just got in everybody's face and yelled at you that we're heterosexual and you can't do shit about it? Look at us. We're here. Do you know how dumb that would look to you guys? You kind of like, the fuck is wrong with you people? That's what you would tell us. You'd look at us and go, did you guys adjust your medication? Do you just run into a store and start screaming that you're heterosexual and dancing in front of people's face? Who gives a shit? That's right. Do you see now? Tables turning a little bit there. Do you get to see how you can stand up as you're tough, man. You're brave. You got out there and did it. There would have to be a certain amount of courage going through my veins to run into a store and start screaming that I'm heterosexual and tough shit. What are you going to fucking do about it, asshole? There must be a certain amount of courage that would take to do that. I'll give you that. Or maybe my medication wasn't, or I was on drugs, or I was drunk. But I don't see myself doing that on my on my own accord. Why do you guys do that? Don't tell me you're trying to make people aware. Oh, everyone's already well aware of what's going on. We got it. I'm just telling you as an example, turn it around a little bit and look at how hard would you be laughing at me if I did that? How ridiculous would that be? You know, and I guess I could go home and sit and when I see myself on the news, I can see myself on the evening news and go, that's right. I did that because I'm proud of who I am and my group, the heterosexual group. And that's right. I guess I could try to convince myself that I was doing that for a cause. But oh my God, my friends would call me and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? Plus it would be damaging to heterosexuals. Be like, dude, just live your life and be heterosexual and shut the fuck up. That's what my friends would tell me. That's what all the other heterosexual people I know would say. They'd go, can you shut the fuck up and just live? Okay, you're a heterosexual. Live quietly. Do your job, man. Go to McDonald's. Go to work. Do your thing. You don't got to tell everybody. Nobody wants to know. You see what I'm saying there? And then it goes back to what I said. Every headline, they have to be singled out, even though their whole time, like, don't single us out. We're no different than you. Yes, you are. You make sure that we know you're different. And every article, every headline has to have a tagline on there on how victimized you are. Nobody gives a shit anymore. You're not any more victimized than anybody else. The only time people get pissed off at you is when you act stupid, and that goes for everybody. If black people act stupid, people say stuff. If white people act stupid, people say stuff. If transsexuals act stupid, people say stuff. If you act a fool, everyone's going to say something, especially me. I'm a big 400-pound white guy. If I act stupid, people are going to tell me I'm acting stupid. They're not going to be shy about it. And I have no right to go, well, you're just picking on me because I'm fat. That's what it is. You're shaming me. God, what a stupid thing to hide behind that would be. It's not true. You're making people mad for all the wrong reasons. You're drawing attention to yourself, and everyone's laughing. Just if you really want to be treated equally, start acting like it. If you want to fit in, which is your whole goal, we want to fit in. We want to be accepted, all right? That's not the way to do it, okay? I want to be accepted too, and I am not going about the way you guys are. I promise you. All right. Was there anything else? Oh, one more thing. Let me jump in between the sheets. Valerie says that God has helped heal her heart, and she's working on that. Good for you. I'm glad to hear that, Valerie. I really am. What else is in there? Jason Miller, good evening, General. Greetings once again from the city of Surprise, Arizona. Let me know next time you're near Phoenix. I'll host you. Email genxmom@genxtalks.com. She's the one putting the schedule together on this Eastern tour. Ace Diamond, negative on the tax refund. General, who is the $2 whore? I'm not telling you. It's yours to guess. Sherry Dozier, love you, General. You remind me of my daddy. I was a daddy's girl, and you have the same personality. He did. Very wise and tell it like it is. Us kids, every time I watch you, I feel my dad. Sherry, thank you. That is the most high praise that I can receive. Is that, oh, you know what, Monsignor, if you're walking around there, over there, get a refill over here on table 3. Sherry, that's the highest praise that I can get here. Is that I do something that reminds you of a dad, a grandfather, or an uncle, somebody in your life who you admired. That really is. Adam Schneidelman, that moderator was so rude. Adam Schneidelman, that moderator, well, which one? I have no idea, Adam, which moderator you're talking about. Not much I can do about moderator stuff while I'm in the middle of a show. You guys think that I can read all the comments, I can stop the program and handle some dispute. I don't know what the fuck's going on in the comment section. I do try to read them. That's what we have the moderators for, and that's what we have the sheets for. Is they copy and paste something that's interesting, something I can talk about. But I just can't go back and do every one of those. It's too hard. Loud one. For all members, photos and videos of the races will be uploaded on Discord at Beautiful Disaster. We'll be utilizing her birthday, Easter, Christmas present to do so, and Shush and I bought her a camera setup. All right, that's good news. That way we can all go to Discord. Gen X Talks has a Discord service, just chat rooms where you can go hang out, and there's places on there. There's certain rooms you can go to. If you want to talk politics, go to the one called Politics. You want to talk guns and knives and ammo, go to that room. You don't ever have to talk about something you don't want to. The Discord server is where we all hang out between shows. Because it's all a bunch of like-minded people. There's 2,000 or 3,000 people that are logged in, and at any given time, there could be 50, 60 people talking about stuff. It's a good place to go hang out and make friends. It really is. Doc McFly, a couple of answers could have been worded better, but he killed it. That's the kind of attitude we need to help fix this place. That's a good assessment, Doc. I'd go along with that. Sandy, well, that was what it was supposed to be, a town hall. That woman let like 3 people ask questions. The rest of the time she was being rude and obnoxious. Yes, Sandy, that's true. Roofing Dude Bear just got back from putting my dog down. Oh, you know what? Two Bear, one of his friends just did that too. I just put mine down recently. Tough one when you lose that. We've all gone through that, and we're all going to go through it in the future. It's losing a family member. It really is. It's really tough. Steffi O. Nurse, the few with an actual diagnosis of gender dysphoria are sick of the new woke shit and hate that they are being shoving down the people's throats. No pun intended. Yeah, Steffi's right. There's people that are legitimately trying to sort out who they are and what they're doing, whether it's a mental illness or whether they're just trying to figure out life. And they despise the people that are out there ruining their reputation with all of the sideline, the big show bullshit that goes on. I agree with that. My wife knows one personally, transgender person who's been divulging like, well, I'm doing this, I'm thinking that, and I'm feeling this. Very straightforward person. Very straightforward person with regular, real problems like we've all gone through. And nothing like what you see on these idiots on TV that are parading themselves up and down, demanding to be at the front of the line with everything because of who they are. Nothing like them at all. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Just the tiff, it is because they are seeking acceptance, but they don't realize that acceptance comes from within and not from others. That's true. They're basing it all on how far they can push everyone else, not themselves. I agree with that. All right. Adam Sonneman, the moderator I talked about was the CNN lady. Oh, okay. I thought you meant in here. All right, I got you. And the bottom of the glass model. Okay, Adam, I got you now. I didn't realize you were going back to the Trump thing. Yes, 100% agree with you. Just the tiff. We're at that one. Vinny Built RC. Are you available around this country? We need you. Nobody would have me around this country saying or doing anything. And I can't run for any political office. My skeletons are too deep in my closet. Bobby Applegate. Perfect. I've been saying this shit for years. I have never had to meet somebody and tell them my sexuality and never needed my own parade or a month. Give me a break. Thank you. That was well said. Exactly what Bobby's talking about there. I'm on board with that 100%. Shoeless Joe's given 5 membership. Mrs. Fort Watton given 5 memberships. If you received free memberships, listen to what you can do with that. Yes, your name turns green over here in the comment section, but listen to the rest of it. You can now go into the kid's YouTube channel after we're done, same place you're watching. Look on his page. There's an actual place called the community section right on his page. Go click it. Go check it out. There is tons of behind-the-scenes stuff that you can go see, but you got to go look for it. It's unlocked. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it's completely hidden. If you're just a regular person and you wander across the kids' community section in YouTube, it shows a lot of the stuff you can see that's out there for everybody. But does it show you that there's hidden things? Does it say, oh, this article is members only? I don't know if it does that, because then it would be smart if they did that, because it would show people, that there's stuff there they can't see. And if you clicked on it, it should take you right to where to sign up. That would be what I would do if I was YouTube, but I'm not in charge of YouTube, and nobody sent me a memo, not that I recall. But if you can't see those things and there's nothing there but just regular stuff, as soon as you become a member, go back and look. It opens up all of them. You can go back 2 years. And you can see a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff that was members only. And we don't differentiate members only if you're this level member or a top-level member. It's open for everybody. Everybody who contributes gets some special stuff. You guys took time. It's your hard-earned money that you're putting into there. We make that available to you guys as a small thank you for being part of the program. So go check that out. It's some really good stuff in there. All right. What else? There was a big something popped in here. Was it? My whole screen's red right now over here in the sheets. Loud One, $400 for the studio from Chush, Beautiful Disaster, and myself. Loud One dropped in $400 and says, we love the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Loud One, you and Chush and Ren are just as much of the Bottom of the Glass Nation as I am. We are all on an island of misfit toys, and you know it. So, Loud One, you've been championing this cause. I know that I've been behind, remiss in my duties on getting you what you've asked me for. I'm working on it. I'm going to try to have everything done by tomorrow for you. This weekend's going to be a big push. God help me Saturday with the apron and the cooking thing. I'm just regretting that. All right. Yukon Cornelius, member for 11 months. He's 1 month away from his big red one. Been on this crazy train wreck a long time. Yes, you have. You've even changed your name a little bit over the time, and we've made fun of it going back and forth, you and I, because of the character that you pick. But you guys, the Loud One stuff in here, the stuff that Mrs. Fort Watton and everybody else, there's been emails about, I don't know if you guys have put up the links to the links on the Amazon wish list for the studio. There's also one for the kid for graduation. Please, I don't want to overshadow the kid's graduation, high school graduation, with the studio. And that's really easy for me to do because that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm thinking about. The kid has not made any references that he's being overlooked. He has not said a word about it. But at some point, you know, he might feel with all of the talk of the studio, all of the stuff, Lionheart's going to be out here during his graduation, that he may start to feel like, wow, it's just all Gen X talks and, you know, hello, I graduated high school. I don't want him to feel that way. So, you know, I am trying to, his mother went out today and our whole front lawn is covered now in big signs that everyone can read when they drive by. And she's began decorating the house. She adds a little bit each day, just stuff to let him know that we're not burned out as parents after raising 32 kids. We're actually just as involved with him as we were with kid number one. And we think of him as highly as we possibly can about his efforts. Just so you guys know, we're not forgetting about him. And I'm not trying to just push the Gen X Talk Studio thing. It's important. But so is his wish list. He's got a wish list up on Amazon. And I have no idea if any of you can get to that for the kid. But there's a wish list for the kid for his graduation. He put in all sorts of goofy stuff, and there's a glow-in-the-dark basketball and all these other things. But he's got things he would like. He's like, well, if someone wanted to buy me something, this is what I'm interested in. So there's some stuff up there. It also gives you guys some ideas. Some people have sent us things to the P.O. box. They looked at his wish list and said, oh, you know, I know I got something in mind similar to that. You know, they oh, he likes Rick and Morty, but it was a T-shirt on the wish list, but they send a little, you know, figurine, you know, a little, like a $20 hand-painted figure, kind of a nostalgia thing. There's some stuff you guys are pretty clever at thinking about on your own, and you guys have really been very kind to him through the last 2.5 years or so, really helping him with all of it, being involved with his projects and things. You guys remember Buford? You remember Buford the goat? My God, we got all of us that were involved in that from the birth of this thing, where we got it, you know, what was it, 4 weeks after he was born, all the way to auction. Pictures and stories, and he carted that thing around. He would put the goat, remember the pictures? He'd put the goat in the back seat of his 1991 Camry and drive him to where training was for the... You guys remember that? Oh my God. It was just, what a long journey. And there's more stuff. More stuff it's coming and going all the time. There's more things happening, and we follow them from the beginning to the end, and you guys have been there the whole time. Bottom of the Glass Nation is a very special group of people. Loud One, Mrs. Four, I Hate Fucks, the list goes on and on. Michael Dawson since the beginning. I'm leaving out 500 names. Don't be mad at me for not remembering every name right now. Just what came to my mind. It's been a long road. Listen, I got to go. I got to get out of here. I'm really, really running out of air. I truly am. Gen X Mom is revamping the store. I don't know if it's visible yet, but if it's not, she's pulled a lot of stuff off. If she pulls it off, it's not coming back. You don't get to get one. So if you were saving up your pennies and cashing in your aluminum cans, you better get it now because she pulls it off. She's done. But she's adding a bunch of new stuff in there for you guys. It's all clever. It's all witty. I signed off on all of it. It looks so good. But it's a lot of work to do it. She's had a lot of energy into that. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for stopping by. Really, really super appreciate all of you, all the effort you give. Did I miss anybody over here? Was there something else I missed? Loud One, I'm going to sort it out with Lion. We're done waiting for you. Well, that makes sense. They just bypassed the big guy. Loud One doesn't show up. Loud One says doesn't show up anything behind it, just that it's a members only section. What are we talking about? Was that the kids wish list? Because we have to know what that is. If there's a problem with that, if you guys can't see that, if that link doesn't work for some reason, email Gen X Mom. If you can't see something, let her know. Or if you're just talking about the member section, then that's good. That lets people know to keep looking. Delano Lewis saying hello and God bless you and your family from Gia River, Arizona. And if you're in Arizona, you're welcome to visit the Gia River. I can show you an old World War II prison camp. Now that's on my list. Now I want to know. Email GenXMom at genxtalks.com. Let her know what you just wrote in here. All right, you guys, listen, I'm done between the sheets. I've said all the things I'm supposed to say. My throat is closing up, but I made it. I made it the hour with a marginal amount of enthusiasm, which was due to all of you out of respect, appropriately so. Listen, I do got to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for wasting an hour of your evening with Gen X Talks. If you had to waste an hour with nonsensical problem solving, what better place to waste it than right here with us? Thank you guys for checking in. I'm sorry that I wasn't 100%. I'm sorry Gen X Mom is down right now, but we are working hard to get things back up. Should be an exciting weekend. The World Show is tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I plan on making that, and then I am going to fake an illness and not be part of the cooking show on Saturday, just so you know. Be looking for that. Doctors know. Be looking for me, pictures of me in the emergency room, because I'm going to fake some sort of abdominal pain that goes from my ass to my gut, just to make sure that I don't have to be there. I'm going to fake an injury. That's it. I got to get out of here. Wherever you are, there you are. Anywhere in the world you're listening, AM, FM, Sirius XM Radio, or on the Armed Service Radio Network. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.